and welcome to the 2021 edition of Singin' in the Grain. We are so happy to be at Dave and Carol Wieb's farm, Wieb Family Farms near Springsteen, and we thank them so much for hosting us. I'm Michelle Sawatsky, Golden West Radio morning show host, and I couldn't be more honored to have been invited back to host this concert for you. We have some great music in store, we have a great conversation in store for you as well, and of course the most important thing, such a great cause. Now, events like this never happen without incredible sponsors, and I feel like we can't say thank you enough, but we're going to try. Thank you to Triple ERV, Golden West, JKW Construction, Rempel Insurance Brokers, and Rocky Mountain Equipment. Thank you so much for making this production possible. Now, you also make something possible. With your donations, you are going to make a difference around the world for Canadian Foodgrains Bank. So here's how and what's going to happen. All donations will go to the Canadian Foodgrains Bank for Mennonite Central Committee's agricultural programs in Haiti, a country that has been devastated by numerous disasters over the years, and as recent as the earthquake this past August. This development work will improve food security in Haiti for years to come. Now, I want to make sure you understand that it's important to be aware that while MCC is providing relief following the August earthquake in Haiti, MCC is not using Foodgrains Bank resources for that earthquake relief. Instead, funds from this, Singin' in the Grain, will be used in MCC's ongoing development work in Haiti. You can make donations a couple of ways. On an online form, and we also invite check donations with the mailing address, which you can see on your screen. So please make your donations as you listen, right now if you'd like, or after we're all said and done. This is your chance to truly make a difference. Well, we've changed location, as you can see. We're still on the Wieb family farm near Springsteen, but I have to tell you, this incredible structure was built for their son's wedding. Isn't it amazing? It just says, come to the farm and celebrate love. I think that's kind of what we're doing today. We're celebrating love for others, love that, transcends borders. And we're singing in the grain to raise money to do that. And now we have an incredible treat for you. This might be the first time this quartet is being heard. Don't quote me on that, but they did come together for this event. So they're calling themselves Quattro Grani. It's just so much fun to say. James Magnus Johnston, Nolan Kaler, Matthew Pauls, and Mike Wieb. Those may be more familiar names to you. They're excited to join their voices in song for Singin' in the Grain. Although they have never sung together as a quartet, they have a lot of ensemble singing experience between them. Their voices have graced ensembles such as the Canadian Chamber Choir, the Winnipeg Singers, Polycoro, Procoro Canada, the Saskatoon Chamber Singers, CMU Men's Chorus, the U of M Singers. I think you get the idea. They've done a lot of this stuff. While the pandemic has given Nolan a chance to really work on his golf game, James the occasion to pick up the mandolin, Matthew an opportunity to hone his parenting skills, and Mike the time to improve his fitness level by training for half marathons and then feed his workout-induced hunger with the sourdough he learned to bake. All four are looking forward to emerging from this COVID-caused live singing drought. So while this is virtual, we are thrilled to present some incredible live music from Quattro Grani. May there be enough food and song for all.
Hello, we are Quattro Grani. I'm wheat, this is oats, barley, and flax. We're happy to be singing for you tonight from 4D Farms close to Springsteen. And we're thrilled to be singing after such a long drought of not being able to make music at all. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty, early in the morning our song shall rise to thee.
saints adore thee, casting down their golden crowns around the glassy sea. Cherubim and seraphim fall down before thee, which word and art, and evermore shalt be. Holy, 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 though the darkness hide thee, though the eye made blind by sin, thy glory may not see. Only thou art holy, there is none beside thee, perfect in power, in love and purity. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. All thy works shall praise thy name in earth and sky and sea. Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in three persons, blessed Trinity. Keep in the middle of the middle of the middle. I hear them angels calling out. Keep in the middle of the road. In the middle. There's a waiting there and a great big crowd. Keep in the middle of the road. In the middle. I can see them standing round the big white gate. We must travel along before it gets too late. For it ain't no use for to sit down and wait. Keep in the middle of the road. Then children, keep in the middle of the middle of the road. Children, just keep in the middle of the road. Don't you love? To the right, don't you love? To the left, just keep in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road. Children, just keep in the middle of the middle of the road. Children, just keep in the middle of the road. Don't you love? To the right, don't you love? To the left, just keep in the middle of the middle of the middle of the road. In the middle of the road. Keep in the middle of the middle of the middle. I ain't got time for to stop and talk. Keep in the middle of the road. In the middle. Cause the road is rough and it's hard for to walk. Keep in the middle of the road. In the middle. I'll fix my eye on the golden stair and I'll keep on going, going till I get there. My head is bound that crown for to wear. Keep in the middle of the road. Then children, keep in the middle of the middle of the road. Children, just keep in the middle of the road. Don't you love? To the right, don't you love? To the left, just keep in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road. Children, keep in the middle of the middle of the road. Children, just keep in the middle of the road. Don't you love? To the right, don't you love? To the left, just keep in the middle of the middle of the middle of the road. In the middle of the road. Keep in the middle of the middle of the middle of the road. This world is full of sinful things. Keep in the middle of the road. In the middle. When your feet get tired, just put on your wings. But keep in the middle of the road. In the middle. When you lay down in that road to die and you watch them angels in the sky, put on your wings and get up and fly. Then keep in the middle of the road. Then children, keep in the middle of the middle of the road. Children, just keep in the middle of the road. Don't you love? To the right, don't you love? To the left, just keep in the middle of the road. In the middle of the road. Children, just keep in the middle of the road. Children, just keep in the middle of the road. Don't you love? To the right, don't you love? To the left, just keep in the middle of the middle of the middle of the road. In the middle of the road. No star is o'er the lake, its pale watch keeping. The moon is half awake through the silent hearth in calm endeavor to count the sounds of mirth, now dumb forever. Heed not how hope believes and fate disposes. Shadow is round the east, the long day closes. The lighted windows dim, are fading slowly. The fire that was so trim now quivers slowly, quivers slowly. Go to the dreamless bed where grief reposes. Thy book of toil is read. The long day closes. Go to the dreamless bed where grief reposes. Thy book of toil is read. Thy book of toil is read. Go to the dreamless bed. The long day closes.
A 1, 2, 3, and
Oh, you've got a friend in me.
Yeah, you got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed,
You just remember what your old pal said. Son, you've got a friend in me.
yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
oh, you've got a friend in me. You got a friend,
You got troubles.
and I got him too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you.
We stick together, we can see it through, 'cause you've got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am,
Bigger and stronger too. But none of them would ever love you the way I do. Just me and you, boy.
and as the years go by,
Our friendship will never die.
You're gonna see it's our destiny.
'cause
You got a friend in me. Oh, you got a friend in me.
you've got a friend in me, in me.
There may be times when you're feeling a little bit lonely,
And you're feeling down and blue.
But none of that could ever keep me from being true.
It's me and you, boy.
And as the years go by,
Oh, our friendship will never die, never die.
you're gonna see it's our destiny.
'Cause
You got a friend in me.
you've got a friend in me.
You've got a friend in me.
Yeah, you've got a friend.
You've got a friend right here in me. I really mean it. You've got a friend in me.
You've got a friend in me.
You've got a friend.
You've got a friend in
Or the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love find you.
Hello, my name is Gordon Jansen, Regional Representative in Manitoba and Northwest Ontario for the Canadian Foodgrains Bank. I'm so glad you've joined us for this second virtual concert of Singing in the Grain. I'm here with Andy Harrington, Executive Director of Canadian Foodgrains Bank. Andy, you began your work with the Foodgrains Bank just over a year ago, and this was right as the pandemic was beginning. That must have presented huge challenges for your first year here. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've learned about the Foodgrains Bank in this past year?
Well, thanks, Gordon. Hello, everyone. And yeah, it was an interesting year to start. I've never taken part in a global pandemic before, as many of us haven't. So
Yeah.
the plans that we had for how my first year would go, the travels to see some of our projects, the time across the country, really changed to me being able to come to Winnipeg a few times and working out of my basement in BC, where I'm located. We've had to pivot and make use of modern technology. And here we are actually filming a video for Singing in the Grain. And it's the second year that's done. And one of the wonderful things has been this incredible piece of technology called Zoom that means I've been able to meet lots of people virtually.
Can you tell us about some of those people?
Yeah, I've met some really wonderful people, both virtually and actually in the flesh. So tonight I was at the Cool Growing Project for the harvest. I got to ride in a combine, which I know many of you will have done, and I've done a few times before, but never actually driven one. So if any of you have a combine you'd like me to drive for you, I'd be very happy to do that if you dare. But everybody I've met have shared one thing in common, and that's the passion that they have for our mission at the Foodgrains Bank.
Which is?
To end hunger, and to do it from a Christian response. One of the great things that I've learned about this this network, as we call it, is it's not just our staff, it's not just our partners, it's not just our members, and we have these 15 great members that come together that represent millions of Christians across the country. It's all the people on the ground, it's the growing projects, it's the supporters, it's the people who come behind and donate either their time or their energy or gifts in some way, all with a passion to see the people that we serve, some of the poorest people in the world, people who are going hungry, to see them served and to see them fed, but more than that, to see them treated with the same dignity, justice, and worth that Jesus prefers on all of us. That there should be no difference in the way that somebody is viewed in the middle of Tigray or South Sudan or Haiti than there is in Winnipeg, in Manitoba, in Vancouver, where we are. We're all human beings, all loved and made in the image of God. So that's been a wonderful thing. And here we are at the Singing in the Grain, filming for Singing in the Grain. And I'm reminded that MCC was one of our founders. Next year we'll actually be looking at our 40th anniversary, and we're thinking through how we want to celebrate that. And so it's a wonderful thing to think, here we are 40 years or 39 years later. Okay. Yeah. And that passion that historical passion is still being carried on as we come into a time where people need us more than ever. We'll talk more about that later, but people need us more than ever, our work. And so we're very, very grateful for our supporters.
And now we are in for such a treat. Let me tell you, spending my mornings on Golden West Radio, we hear the incredible voice of Kim Thiessen often, and accompanied by Daryl Newstader-Barg. And that duo came into being back in 2000. So over 2 decades of incredible music has been made by these two. And they were called into being by MCC Alberta back in that year, 2000. What began as an initial goal to produce a CD of lullabies to raise awareness and funds for MCC's work with HIV/AIDS around the world became 5 CDs, multiple tours, and over $1 million raised for MCC. An incredible, incredible legacy that they've left behind on what music can do for an organization that does good around the world. Today, Kim and Daryl live with their spouses in Winnipeg and continue to sing for good causes. We feel honored that they've come back together for this Singin' in the Grain 2021 edition. Sit back and enjoy Kim Thiessen and Daryl Newstader-Barg.
It's a pleasure to join you for this Singing in the Grain concert. We'd like to start with this song called Take Your Place at the Table, which has a unique connection for us to the Canadian Foodgrains Bank work. We were recording this in a small church in rural Kenya, and it was the middle of a terrible drought, actually, and we watched the trucks roll up and unload bags of food, all labeled Canadian Foodgrains Bank, and it brought hope into the community. And that was just a sort of a unique time when this song represented how we can all step up and take our place at the table.
I don't know if you've been told the streets of heaven are paved with gold. While I think it could be true, there's much more work down here to do. Take your place at the table, spread your wings, time to soar. Take your place at the table, make your life an open door. I don't know, I've heard it said he healed the sick and raised the dead. While I think this could be true, there's lots more work down here too. Take your place at the table, spread your wings, time to soar. Take your place at the table, make your life an open door. River flows out from the throne, watering my heavenly home. While I hope that will be true, there's lots more work down here too. Take your place at the table, spread your wings, time to soar. Take your place at the table, make your life an open door. Take your place at the table, spread your wings, time to soar. place at the table. Make your life an open door. Bank's coming down. They're taking all our hard-earned pay. The Lord giveth, but He taketh away. And I pay our debts, but work's getting hard to find in these hard times. And I built this house with my own two hands. Now they're gonna take it, and 5 acres of land. And all of our children are growing up way too fast in these hard times. But wait, oh wait, see how the morning breaks. It's the simplest of love songs, but it's all our hearts can take. And though we lose our stake, heaven is where we make it. Even in the smallest places can a garden grow. And I took this job in part as a sacrifice for my unborn children and my beautiful wife. And I always worked hard on all of these sad estates with no hard times. But wait, oh wait, see how the morning breaks. It's the simplest of love songs, but it's all our hearts can take. And though we lose our stake, heaven is where we make it. Even in the smallest places can a garden grow. But wait, oh wait, see how the morning breaks. It's the simplest of love songs, but it's all our hearts can take. And though we lose our stake, heaven is where we make it. Even in the smallest places can a garden grow. Even in the smallest places can a garden grow.
One, two, three, four.
Maybe tomorrow the storm will blow over, the river won't overflow. Nobody knows what tomorrow will bring, that's why we rely on hope. Ooh, we'll pray for some better weather. Some better weather. Our little house at the top of the hill was built with love and 4 tons of steel. It's pretty strong, but it can still come down. Let's hope that it never will. Ooh, we'll pray for some better weather. Some better weather. You know, we always have each other. If we go, we'll go together. Ooh, we'll pray Maybe tomorrow the storm will blow over, the river won't overflow. Nobody knows what tomorrow will bring, that's why we rely on hope. Ooh, we'll pray for some better weather. Some better weather. Pray for some better weather. Pray for some better weather.
Andy, the mission of the Canadian Foodgrains Bank is to end global hunger. Now that is no small task. There's lots of barriers that prevent people from having enough to eat. And so I'm wondering if you can tell us what some of those barriers are and how is Foodgrains Bank working to end global hunger?
Well, thanks, Gord. It's been a very interesting year. We have a kind of cascading crisis happening at the moment. So we have growing conflict and displacement across the world, which is creating great issues in terms of provision of food. We've seen the impacts of climate change, not only here in this country, but really in the developing world where we're seeing farmers really struggle. And now we have this pandemic. And so that has created real economic consequences. So as well as a medical crisis, it's actually an economic crisis for people who can't afford to put food on their table. And so in our work and in our response, we're very aware that we have a growing food crisis. So for many years, we saw the numbers of people who are going hungry reducing. It kind of plateaued, but last year it massively rocketed up. And there could be, according to the stats, it's hard to tell because of the pandemic, there could be as many as 811 million people in hunger. That's 161 million more than the year before. So our work's cut out for us.
So what does that mean for us, in Canadians who want to respond to hunger in the world?
So there are many ways that people can respond. Here at Foodgrains Bank, we talk about giving, learning, praying, advocating. But it really comes down to the fact that we do have this crisis at lots of different levels that's creating a wave of hunger across the world. Canadians have always been very good at responding to that. You know, in my work, even before I came to Foodgrains Bank, everywhere I toured in the world, I may have this strange accent because I originally come from the UK, but I'm actually a Canadian. The Canadian flag was visible in numerous communities of Canadians that have responded. The Foodgrains Bank has been a lead responder. The respect it has across the world is fantastic. So it's really saying to the Canadian public, come alongside us, help us in our work, help our members, help our partners who are on the ground doing the work. The Canadian government has been very good in the resources that they've given us, but our members and partners and the supporters across the world, really supporters across Canada, I should say, have made a dramatic impact. So stay with us as we do that. And one of the great things has been seeing churches rally around that across the country and do this from a faith perspective. We're not just a response to hunger, we're a Christian response to hunger. And it's a wonderful thing that we can show people the love of Christ by showing this dignity and worth as we come alongside and make sure that nobody should go to bed hungry. And we want to be part of making that happen, and we want to invite you to be part of that as well.
Well, the concert's called Singin' in the Grain for a reason. We are literally singing and we're surrounded by grain, and it couldn't be more fitting than for a group like the Quonset Brothers. This band was formed in 2013. Playing mostly classic country songs, they cover artists like Don Williams, John Denver, Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Hank Williams, the Bellamy Brothers, and many more. They also love to perform gospel songs in their shows, which include some quartet numbers as well. From a hard-driving country song to a slow-moving gospel tune, along with tight harmonies and stellar musicianship, these guys always entertain. Now, the last 18 months has, well, caused rehearsals and being together in enclosed spaces a little more difficult. So we enjoyed the Quonset Brothers so much last year that we've brought exactly their set back from last year. So if you liked it last year, you'll like it even better this time around. So sit back and enjoy the entertaining Quonset Brothers.
birds and eat cream gravy. But yes, for sure, that's right, oh by yo-yo vest. But yes, for sure, that's right, oh by yo-yo vest. Golden Dag van Winkler, Manitoba, Canada.
We are the Quonset Brothers. Thank you so much for joining us in the Quonset for Singing in the Grain.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love find you through all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, that's the reason. There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your face. You can't hold back. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show. And you'll know what I mean, it's the season. Just let your love fly like a bird on a wing, and let your love find you to all living things, and let your love shine. And you'll know what I mean, that's the
Andy, I'm so thankful for this community that has supported the Singing in the Grain concerts over the years. And this year, our Singing in the Grain concert is supporting MCC's work in Haiti. Now, this is a country that has experienced numerous disasters over the years, including a devastating earthquake this August. Can you tell us a little bit about the current situation in Haiti?
Well, Gord, Haiti's certainly facing a lot of issues right now. They've just had the earthquake that you mentioned in the southwest of the country.
Yeah.
And still, in many ways, recovering from the huge earthquake that hit them in 2010 as well. It's hurricane season. So as we know, after that earthquake, a big storm hit. And we're still in that season, more could come. And they're also still in the midst of COVID-19 and all the things that they're trying to deal with there. So Haiti is a country in real need right now. So Foodgrains has been responding, and MCC has had projects there for a long time. And
For a long time.
Yeah, one of my friends and colleagues who works with us, Matt, who's actually in charge of some of our response in Haiti at the moment, he lived in Haiti for 10 years, and he told us of a proverb. It says, a Haitian proverb. It says, "We are wozo. We will bend, but we will not break." Wozo is a type of Haitian reed.
Okay.
So these are very resilient people.
Yeah.
They have my admiration.
Yeah.
And so some of our projects, and particularly projects that we're involved in a response, but the MCC work that's going on there now is really to build that resilience with people.
Build capacity.
To build their capacity, their resilience, because we never know which crisis is going to hit next. And so we work with a people of dignity.
Yes.
Who have the ability and the strength and have learned how to survive. And we could learn a lot from them. They bend, but they don't break. So we want to be involved in building that resiliency. And MCC has been involved in that for many years as well. So that's really what we're looking at tonight as we talk about Haiti. It's coming alongside people and not just giving them a handout, but building their resiliency so that they can live in dignity and worth. These, again, as we've mentioned before, every human being deserves that dignity, to be treated with that dignity and worth that Jesus refers to us. We never want to see people as victims. They're human beings, and they have capacity and assets that we don't even begin to comprehend. So our job is to come alongside them and help build that resiliency up. So we're very thankful that MCC is involved in that.
And thankful for our supporters as well.
Amazingly thankful for our supporters. The Foodgrains Bank is nothing unless we're in this together. We are all in this together. We're a network of people across this country that are actually absolutely determined, not just to see hunger ended, but as we said, to see that Christian response to hunger, and to see people treated with justice, to see people get the food they need, because nobody should go to bed hungry.
And as the sun sets on the Weeb family farms near Springsteen, it sets as well on Singin' in the Grain 2021. What an incredible experience this has been, not only with the incredible musical talent that has been displayed, but the reason that we've all come together today to support Canadian Foodgrains Bank for Mennonite Central Committee's agricultural programs in Haiti. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you can watch it again if you'd like. It'll be here for quite some time. You can also donate. There will be two options. Of course, you can donate online. You can also mail us a check, just like the good old days. Thank you to Quattro Grani. Thank you so much to Kim Thiessen and Daryl Newstader-Barg. And thank you again for the return visit from the Quonset brothers. We couldn't say thank you enough for them all giving of their time to Singin' in the Grain and the amazing concert that it was. A big thank you to Gord Jansen, Manitoba and Northwest Ontario representative for Canadian Foodgrains Bank, and Andy Harrington, executive director. And then our sponsors, Triple ERV, Golden West, JKW Construction, Rempel Insurance Brokers, and Rocky Mountain Equipment. Something like this just doesn't happen without you. From Singin' in the Grain 2021, it has been an absolute pleasure to be your host and to spend this little time with you. I'm sure we'll be back in 2022. Thank you for what you've given and what you have yet to give.
in the middle of the road.
In the middle.
There's a waiting there and a waiting in a crowd. Keep in the middle of the road.
In the middle.
I can see them standing round the big white gate. We must travel along before it gets too late.
For it ain't no use for to sit down and wait.
Keep in the middle of the road. Then children, keep in the middle of the road. Children, just keep in the middle of the road.
Don't you love?
To the right,
Don't you love?
to the left, just keep in the middle of the road. In the middle.